Oh hi! Didn't see you there. I was playing a game, you see. Because games are fun. They light up the reward system in the brain. Almost like falling in love. Anyway, gamification isn't games. Gamification, as described by Faiella and Ricciardi, is the application of game design features into non-game contexts. Kim Boyan further describes gamification as creating a layer on top of the real world. The aim is to motivate and engage the user, particularly for tasks that would otherwise be boring in everyday life. I found this to be true with my use of Habitica. Let me show you how fun it is. Habitica helps you tick off your goals. Tick! Playing the drums! Badly. Tick! Colouring in. Tick! Habitica allows me to complete my goals in a fun, interactive way. I gain levels, feed my pets, and gain rewards. I've definitely become a lot more organised since using Habitica. Carl Kapp breaks up gamification into two areas. Structural gamification is those features like levelling up, badges, and rewards. And then there's content gamification, and this is where you're adding narration and characterization to the new context. Habitica is an example of structural gamification. It's based on gaining rewards for achieving your goals. And with so many users, it's definitely doing something right. Goodbye paper to-do lists. Gamified apps will never be as cool as real games, like The Legend of Zelda. However, gamification's ability to engage and motivate people in the 21st century is important, in a world with a crisis of engagement. While I've loved Habitica and gamification in general, my sister, on the other hand, has become disinterested. She hasn't used Habitica for 3 weeks. Her health is gone, and her wolf hasn't advanced. I'm having to fight this monster alone. I tried to question her about it. Hey Megan!
Yeah?
I need to speak to you about your poor use of Habitica.
No way!
The problem here is where your motivation comes from. Structural gamification, like Habitica, provide extrinsic motivation, because I gain external rewards by leveling up. However, intrinsic motivation is potentially more rewarding. It comes from a desire within, and this would be provided by games with more story, challenge, experimentation, and decision-making. More like content gamification. In fact, Faiella and Ricciardi state that extrinsic motivation through rewards and incentives can decrease a person's intrinsic motivation. You can see here, Holly loves to chase the ball. It seems to be from an intrinsic motivation. If only she brought the ball back. There are also different types of gamers. Kim Boyan describes them as the player, the socializer, the achiever, the free spirit, and the philanthropist. So perhaps my sister needs more intrinsic motivation. Maybe she's more of a socializer gamer. Or maybe she just prefers content gamification. I can only guess. Please? But it's not just motivation that can be a problem. Faiella and Ricciardi found that engagement tends to decrease over time. Humans just get used to things, and once the novelty wears off, interest will fade, especially if everything becomes gamified. So, for gamification to work in the future, games will need to be constantly refreshed and updated, provide a balance between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, and be aware of individual variables such as age, gender, and culture. Personally, I have high hopes for gamification in the future, because really, we can all learn a lesson from Holly, that games and play are good. And finally, better get some good points for that. Ooh, a tiger cub!